Good day guys, Bing here. So previously we did a line-based family, so this one. So you should be able to download this family from the last video. So today we are going to quickly go through this one. So very similar family, but different approach. So we're going to use adaptive family. So basically I'll just create similar. Okay, so CS create similar. So this family, you just place 2 points to define the width, and then another point. Oh, something's not right, so that's fine. Let's try again. So maybe I'll just make sure. So when I place, looks like it's not really. Something's not quite right, but that's fine. I'm going to just place on work plan. So place onto this 1, 2, 3. Still not right. Anyway, so maybe there's something not right in this family. So hopefully we are going to model create this family again, and we can fix this. So let's start. So first, new family, generic model, adaptive. Okay, so in this family we're going to place 1, 2, 3 adaptive points, make them adaptive, and create a spline through points between point 1 and 2, make a reference line. Okay, so now we're going to place a point, draw on face, place onto this middle point, and then another one, draw on work plan, set work plan, place onto the horizontal work plan of this point, place onto the point. Okay, and then so maybe just drag it down, rotate this point by 180 degree. So we have a point up. So this will be we are going to use this point as a center point of that arc. Okay, so now we are going to hang on. I think we still need some formula for this one. So but anyway, so let's just create that center and arc first. Use draw on work plan, set work plan, pick the vertical work plan of this point. So pick the center point and pick this adaptive point. And okay, so it looks like we can't just go start from here to here, so we have to stop somewhere here and then drag this down to here. Okay, so we're going to just try to just draw it it back and onto the point again. See this lock? Let's lock it and do the same on here. Okay, so and also we're going to create a radius parameter. Okay, so this one will be radius parameter. Let's call it R instance, and okay. And also we're going to create a reporting parameter to get the width between point 1 and 2. So it will be so we need first set work plan. So set onto this reference line, dr dimension, pick the adaptive point and select this dimension, create a, let's call it a report, or maybe just call it a width, W. Okay, so and check this reporting parameter, and okay. So now we have 1, 2, and also there's a offset. So offset from this point to this point, which is here. So I'm going to just create OFS instance, and okay, and okay. So now we just need to find the relationship between these three dimension. Okay, so let me just do a screenshot. So I'll just connect this point, this one, and this one. Okay, so this one equals this, so it's R radius, and this is offset. Okay, offset, and this one's half of the width. Okay, so because this is a right angle triangle, so we know that this square equals OFS square plus W divided by 2 bracket square. So what we are going to do is, so we don't need to define, we don't need to have that formula for the width, because it is controlled by the two adaptive points. So, and let me think, we probably we're going to manually use the radius to control this size, and which means we need a formula for the offset. Okay, so let's go back here. So which means r square minus w divided by 2 square equals offset. So square, and then get rid of the square, just square root. So this is the formula for the offset. Okay, so we just need to type this into, so this one into the formula, into that formula for the offset. So let's go to family types. So which is here. So square root sqrt bracket, first bracket, that would be r square minus bracket w divided by 2 bracket square and bracket. I think this will be it. Something's not right. Okay, so not here, sorry, it should be offset. Control X, Control V, apply, yep, and okay. So now let's have a look. If I change the point on 2, so you can see the radius stay, but the offset will change depending on what the different width. Okay, so I think this is good. Now the next step is, because from this one we still need, because if you're going to create a form, so this is a profile, we still need a path, right? So for the path, we are going to I'm going to use point let's connect point 2 and 3 and create a reference line and set our plan onto this reference line and do a dimension di dimension, and let's create another reporting parameter. So this time let's call it L, and instance reporting. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, because I want this one to be, although this 3 point can be anywhere, right? So but when the profile, the path, I want the path to be perpendicular to the profile. So we need to just let me think, place another point, draw on work plan, set work plan, pick the vertical, so tab this one, and place it onto the point and click OK. Now, okay, so this direction, that's fine. Maybe I'll just rotate this by, oh hang on, we've already rotate this by 180, so that's fine. Even this one's going that direction, that's fine, because when we place point 3, it can be there as well. Okay, so now we can select this point, we can link the offset to equals, just use the L. So this means this point will follow, the distance between point 2 and 3. Okay, so now we can connect this point and this point, create a spline and make it a reference line. So now we have the path. So if I create a form using these two, so that's the shape. And then I want to check, because sometimes when we create a form and then we change the size, it won't. So it will only change one side of this family. So this is what, looks like still the same. Anyway, so maybe I'll change the radius instead. So let's try 1800. Okay, so now this is what I was talking about. So when we change one profile, so it doesn't change the other side. So which means we need to create another profile on the other side. Okay, so that's fine. Let's delete this form. So what we need to do, so let me just drag this point 3 a little bit away from this point. Okay, so how can we create another exactly same shape? So that will be quite easy, right? So let's place a point on here. So I'm just going to place here, and eventually I'll drag this to the other side, okay? And then draw on work plan, set work plan, pick the vertical, so tab, and place that onto this point, okay? So now we just need to offset this by half of the width, okay? So let's create a parameter, let's call it half width, and instance, and okay, go to family types, half width equals width divide by 2, apply, and okay. So now that's half width. And then another point, draw on work plan, set work plan, tab, place, okay. And this one need to go the other direction, so it will be negative, so that's fine. It will be half width negative, instance, okay, go to family types, half width negative equals negative half width. So apply, okay, so now we have 2 points, and then once again we need to offset this one. So that's point, draw on work plan, set work plan, tab, place, okay, select it, go up, offset, we have offset, right? And then another reference, center ends arc, draw on work plan, set work plan, pick the vertical, so tab this one, and start from the center, and then from this point, oh hang on, it's a bit hard to pick that point. Point, go up, maybe just stop halfway, and then select it, drag it down to this point. So, and then create a radius, select this dimension, link to that radius. So this should work. So let's just drag this to the end. Now select these two and create a form. So let's try again. So this time, if I want to change this one to 1500, apply. So you can see both sides stay the same, right? So let me just do it, change this one as well. Did it work? Okay, so it looks like we have some issue here. So you can see these two, the arc stay on this point, but here it's not locking. It's not locked onto the points, so we need to fix this. So let me just drag this point 3 away, go away. And we need to have a reference line. So just create a splice through points, click, check the box. So now we have a reference line, and then I'm going to just HH this form, select this one, drag this down to this point, because at the same time it being aligned onto this reference line, so we can lock. So previously it's only a point, so we can't lock. So this time we can. Okay, so now HR, so you can see this one's now the form is following all these reference lines. Okay, so now if we change this one, so if I change this one to 1800, apply, oh good. If I change the with the width, so by moving the point, you will see it stay the same. Okay, so now this is the form, and then we can use divided surface. And okay, so we need to adjust the grids. Okay, so first, I'm not sure which one. Let me try. Okay, so change this one to maximum spacing, maybe 600. Okay, so this is the vertical ones. So we can control this by typing, for example, 900. So each the width between these two grids are maximum 200. So 900. So you can control this by depending how long, how far the pointing tree is. So it will change the number of grids. Okay, good. The next step is, so now we actually the next step is we need to change the number of this. So previously we have that family in here. So this is 1, 2, 3 panel. So if we only have 3, we will have some issue. So I'll show you how you just fix 3 or 2, 3. Okay, so now you can see it looks fine here, but because there are no patterns, no geometries, it's just grids. So if I change it to some pattern, so for example rectangle, so you will see it become flat. right? So how can we create curved pattern? I couldn't figure out how, but yeah, probably we can, but it won't be the same as this. So I figured out a workaround. So instead of using pattern-based family, we use adaptive family onto this. But before that, we need to increase the number of the grids. Okay, so let me change it to no pattern. So let me just go to the settings. So a surface representation, check the nodes. So because if we create a pattern, use 1, 2, 3, 4, it will be always flat. So to make it a curve, we need to add one more. So which means we need to increase the number of these grids. So instead of 3, we have 6. So we can have the point in the middle, so make it curved. So now what we need to do is just create something like this with the panel in the middle. So as a adaptive family, so let's do it. Go to family, generic model, adaptive. Okay, so open. Okay, in this one we need 6 adaptive points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it doesn't really matter where they are, as long as you just remember the sequence of these points, and then create a reference line between them, so between 1 and 2. And now here, in order to create a curved line, it's not perfect arc, but it's a curved line, it's a spline. So you need to select 3 points. Okay, so this line become curved. And 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2. Okay. Oh, sorry. 1, 2, and spline 3 points. Now we can change them to reference line. So now we have a frame. Now you can choose to either create one frame, but once we place onto that grid, it will have overlapping issue. But if you don't worry, yeah. Probably let's just don't worry too much about this, because it's more a schematic model. So yeah, let's just leave it. So place a point, use draw on face onto any of this line. So and then we're going to use this as a point for the profile. So for the profile, I'm going to just draw a rectangular shape. So use reference rectangle, draw on work plan, set work plan, pick this point, and just draw a shape. So you can change the size of it. Let me just change it to maybe 50 by for example 100. Okay, and then I'm going to just move this to, so it's just centered with this point. So this is the profile. So the good thing about not worrying about overlapping is you can just use one profile, so you don't need to worry about otherwise if you will need to place two profile on each edge. So which means even you only need probably two mullions here, 2 frame here, you still need 4 profile. But if you're just going to do the whole frame, so you only need 1. Yeah, and also I think you don't even you change the size, it will change the whole thing. So let me try. If I type 200, you can see it will change the whole thing. Okay, so let's Control Z, go back, and I think this is in it. And then also you can, let me just quickly create another form. And with my option, so usually you will see a little there are usually a little windows there for you to choose. The one on the left will be the solid, the one on the right will be a surface. So yeah, it's just I don't know where it is. Just click anywhere on the screen. So and then we can just delete that surface, delete the top surface. So this leave us only one surface. So I'm not going to worry too much about the thickness of the glass. I'll just give it a material. So now we have a frame and some panel there. And depending on the location, relative location of the point 3 and point 4, so this panel can become curved, right? So now let's load this one into that family we just did. So now we just place, so point 1, 2, 3. So just make sure you place on face. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. So once you place 1, you select it, repeat, and so we'll create this, right? So now I'll show you the overlapping issue. So you can see there's overlapping line, extra lines, but don't worry too much about it. Okay, so now you can see you can adjust this length. So Revit will create more panels for you. And I think this is it. Okay, so now let's try to place this family. So I'm going to just place some maybe I'll just do a floor here. Okay, so and then try to place onto the floor. So let's go back here, not here, load this back into that project. Oh, hang on, sorry. Let me rename it, because this family is called family 1. There's already family 1 in that family, in that project. So we need to save this family as a different name. Let's call it this. Okay, so load this back into that project, and there's also some shared family in this family with same name. So yeah, so this can be quite tricky. So we just need to rename every single, oops, sorry, wrong one. Not edit. We don't need to edit it. We just need to rename it. Just type something there. So as make sure there's no family with same name. Otherwise, it will overwrite. Okay, so load this back. Okay, no problem. So let's try. So remember 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the other direction. How can we fix this? Maybe let's go back, edit family. So maybe let's try always vertical. Not quite sure, but let's try. Okay, so looks like it's not this option. So Control Z. I'll just close this one, and if there is any option, maybe try flip. Oh, that works. Great. So yeah, so this is it. So maybe I'll just try another one. So this one, so maybe I'll just make it a slope. Just give it a slope to it. Okay, so let's try again. So CS 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so once again, let's just flip it. Yeah, so you can see it follows that flow, so which is good. So same as this line-based family, because you can place line-based family on a face. In this case, you can just place it on this face. It will follow this flow as well. What else? Okay, so let's try this one. So I'm going to copy this stairs. So maybe you might ask, how can we place for these two family onto these stairs? For adaptive point, it can be quite easy. Just CS, create it similar. So you just pick point onto these. So 1 point, 2 point, and then just pick another point up somewhere here. So for example here. And yeah, so yeah, of course we need to flip it again. So so you can see it will follow this stairs, this flight of stairs. But for line-based family, so you might find it a little bit tricky. So because if I CS create similar this, so we can place we can try to pick a point here, and then you will find it's a little bit hard because you can't really pick the point up there. So how can you do it? So let me just drag this to here. So you can do it you can add a reference plan. So all yeah, reference plan. So you can do this. Go to any of maybe south elevation. Yeah, here. So add a reference plan. So RP reference plan. So for example, I want to place it. Hang on, let me just draw a reference plan to any direction. So you don't really even need to snap onto the point. You can even away from that. So for example, I want to place it here. So to have a gap between the stairs and that family. So that's yeah, we can do that. So the easier way is that we can just give it a name. Okay, now let's go to 3D view, and then we can just create that family, which is line based, and use place on work plan. So in the drop down list, you will be able to see this reference plan 1. Now you can just draw that like hang on, maybe just go to the top. So make sure it's in the middle, and then you can just draw something. We can't. Hang on, something's not right. We're not able to. Hang on, is that right? Reference 1. Interesting. Maybe so because I'm trying to pick the midpoint on this edge. So maybe we need to move this down onto this. So let's try again. So go to 3D view and just set work plan onto the reference 1. Yeah, good. Component. We won't. I think something's not right because yesterday when I tried, I am able to pick the midpoint on this edge. Interesting. Anyway, so let's just do it. So you can see, even I draw it like a floor plan, it's on an angle. Hang on. This is why it's way up there. Reference plan 1. Go to south. Is this reference? Hang on. Did I just name it A? Sorry about that. It should be A. So a reference plan 1 is somewhere. When I did this one, I think I create a reference plan 1 there. So this is reference plan A. So let's do it again. Delete. So set work plan onto reference plan A. Okay. Component. So this time, so you can pick the midpoint. So for example, here to here. So it will create this line-based family, which is also maybe we can just click on this one, flip work plan. So to flip onto the other side of the work plan. And this is it. Okay, so we did this. So let's recap. So yesterday we did this line-based family, parametric, and today we did this adaptive family. So which is slightly easier, but the result can be quite similar, but there's overlapping lines. But some people don't like that. I don't like that. See here, but and also I just show you how to place onto different plans using reference plans, and that's all. I think this one should be very similar to this one, but I'm not sure why this one, when I try to create a new one, it won't work. So maybe something's not right. I will just save this, or maybe I'll just save this whole file, and for you to have a play. Okay, so that's it for today. If you have any questions, please let me know. I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.